Free beer and hot wings in the morning. Grand Rapids rocks all day. 97.9 GRD rocks.
Partly cloudy and cool, 43 the high. It's about 33 now. Thanks again to Bert Kreischer. Tonight and tomorrow night, Long Road Distillers. 2 shows each night, 7:30 and 10. Early show sold out in both of those. LaughFestGR.org.
Boy, did I enjoy that.
That was good.
Oh, my gosh.
I laughed hard.
This is a disappointing editorial from the Detroit Free Press regarding Flint, because I suspect it's true, and it's related to the clip we're about to play.
Is it the EPA emails?
Nope, it's Washington's sound and fury signifies little for Flint. This is the portion of the crisis that's just grandstanding.
It's the dog and pony show. Yeah. Absolutely. It's broken into political parties rather than actually trying to get to the bottom of anything. It's clear now. I mean, Snyder may be ultimately responsible, but it's clear that the reason they're going after him and calling for resignations is because he's a Republican. If he was a Democrat, they wouldn't. And same with
it would be reversed.
If everything was reversed, it would be exactly the same. The Republicans would be going, the Democrat needs to step down.
And no doubt he needs this and deserves this.
Right.
He definitely does, but you always feel like there's it's a national story, so they want to make a name. They're like
the guy that did
eyes
this.
of the world are on them.
Mm-hmm. The guy that in the clip we're about to play, he knew that if he did this, it would go viral.
Yep.
And he did a nice job.
Which I guess, it's hard to say. He should have done this. He needs this. Like I said, I'm drunk.
There was a lead issue. We started issuing filters to people, doing water
Governor
testing,
Snyder.
doing blood testing.
Governor
and to be open
Snyder,
with you, I wish more would have been done.
Plausible deniability only works when it's plausible, and I'm not buying that you didn't know about any of this until October 2015. You were not in a medically induced coma for a year. And I've had about enough of your false contrition and your phony apologies. Susan Hedman from the EPA bears not 1/10 of the responsibility of the state of Michigan and your administration, and she resigned. And there you are, dripping with guilt, withdrawing your paycheck, hiring lawyers at the expense of the people, and doing your dead-level best to spread accountability to others and not being accountable. It's not appropriate. Pretty soon, we will have men who strike their wives saying, "I'm sorry, dear, but there were failures at all levels." People who put dollars over the fundamental safety of the people do not belong in government. And you need to resign too, Governor Snyder.
Well, you can see the look in Snyder's eyes. Like, I can actually see the fire in his brain.
That'd be a weird scenario where, everybody's just blasting you. You're taking one punch after another to the stomach, and you can't. Fighting back is way worse than just.
Right. I mean, even if he sincerely feels like he didn't do anything wrong, that it is others.
Do you think his deniability is plausible, Hot Wings?
It's hard for me to say. I mean, I don't know.
Your hunch. I'm not saying science. Your hunch.
Yeah, we know you weren't in the room with him, but
I think it's hard.
Do you think he knew?
It's hard for me to believe that he didn't know as far along as he says he didn't.
From
know.
March to October, it seems hard to believe that
nobody told him. And if they didn't, then. Boy, people were really hiding it,
and if they didn't
really cover, and the only thing that makes that possible is if people knew they screwed up and were trying to cover their own tracks,
and if that's
knowing
the case,
that if it got to him, they were all screwed.
Yeah,
that's possible.
And if that's the case, have you rooted out all of those people?
Wow, yeah.
But I did see one of the because there are like 2 independent commissions right now that have been looking into it, and so far neither one of them has said that there's a direct link pointing to Snyder as it being directly his fault. That there are a lot of people so far that names are coming up, like these EPA people and the people who were working on the water lines directly, and all these people who knew, but so far they haven't been able to say,
can't link
hey,
his top people to him.
Right. So I don't know.
But that's also crazy. Like, okay, so your top people, hid
if
this.
If they're doing all of that, if they're not letting you know and allowing you to handle it, then you might want to resign because of that anyway.
Yeah. And by the way, that is in contrast to other details about his administration, about how he had been known as being very hands-on about programs that they were pushing that were actually much lower on importance than a city's water supply.
Mm-hmm.
So it would either he was more worried about, I can't remember what any of those other programs were, like Little League baseball fields in Ann Arbor or something like that, than he was about the water supply. But right now, you're right. There's no smoking gun.
No.
But man, can you imagine just sitting there like that?
Nope.
Bad feeling.
No, but you could tell everybody, even the people who agreed with that guy, got awkward when he referred to it as beating a woman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was that whole.
Don't go crazy, man.
Everything he said. Yeah.
Yeah. Now you're getting absurd. Stick to the facts.
Yeah. Yeah. Very weird.
Roast him in a normal way.
It's Everclear. Father of mine. 97.9 GRD Rocks. Have a great weekend.